Now let's move on to the basic problems. The first question is, in a ratio which is equal to 3:4, if the antecedent is 12, then the consequent is. Simply it is given antecedent is to consequent 3:4. So given the antecedent value, the actual value for 3 units equal to 12, what is for the 4 units? That is the question. So here simply you can divide this 3 with 12. 12 by 3, which is going to be 4. So 4 has to be multiplied to get 12. What is the value here taken? The same value to be multiplied with the consequent. Simply 4 into 4. Finally my answer is 16. So option B, 16. The second question, divide 600 in the ratio of 2:3. So 600 is to be divided in the ratio of 2:3. Take the total amount, that is 600, 2:3. It is to be equally divided into 2 parts and 3 parts. For that, total part is to be considered. That is totally 2 plus 3, 5 parts. So take the 600 and divide it with 5 parts, then multiply with 2 and 3. So, or else you can consider this is 2x and this is 3x, which is equal to 600. This is equation based method. Simply you will be getting 5x is equal to 600, then x is equal to what? 5 one time here, 12 time here, 120. As soon as you find x is equal to 120, what is 2x and what is 3x? So 2x is equal to 2 into 120, 240, and 3x is equal to 3 into 120, 360. So out of 600, the 2x is equal to 240 and 3x is equal to 360. Finally, my option is C. The next question, if 2 is to x will be equal to 3:4, then x is equal to what? There are 4 options given. One is in the form of integer, the other 3 are in the form of decimal. Let's check which is the correct one. 2 is to x equals to 3:4. This is in the form of a proportion, right? In the proportion, the first and last terms are known as the extremes and the middle term is known as means. Always the product of extreme will be equal to the product of means. Simply 2 into 4 will be equal to 3x. So 2 into 4 is 8, which is equal to 3x. Then x is equal to 8 divided by 3. Look at the option. There is no value is given in as 8 by 3. So take the decimal value. So 8 divided by 3, which is 2 times 3 is 6 here. Then 2 here. 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is nothing but 2.66 recurring value. For these tricks, you can follow the previous video on percentages, intro to percentages. Finally, 2.66 recurring can be taken as 2.67 and this is the final answer. The next question, a by 2 is equal to b by 3, which is equal to c by 5. Then find a is to b is to c. Here all the values are given in the form of fraction and you need to find in terms of whole numbers. A by 2, which is equal to b by 3, which is equal to c by 5. Find a is to b is to c. Now the actual way of solving these kinds of questions is all the values are said to be equal. So simply you can substitute a value which is equal to n. The n is equal to a by 2. So a by 2 is equal to n. The same n is equal to b by 3. So write b by 3 is equal to n. Then c by 5 is also equal to n. I have taken. Now what is the value of a, b and c? A is equal to 2n. This 2 will go that side. B is equal to 3 times of n. C is equal to 5 times of n. Now bringing into the ratio form, what is A 2n, what is B 3n, and what is C 5n. You can cancel n because the same value that is to be multiplied here we have divided. Finally, my answer for A is to B is to C is 2 is to 3 is to 5, and this is given in the option A, 2 is to 3 is to 5. Smart way to do this: A by 2 which is equal to B by 3 which is equal to C by 5. Find the value of A is to B is to C. Simply, what is the denominator of A? That is the ratio of A. What is the denominator of B? That is the value of B. What is the denominator of C? That is the value of C. In a smart way you can do this, but only the conditions are: the first condition is the denominator must have different value, the numerator must possess different variables, but all the things must be equal. When these three conditions are satisfied, you can use this trick. Without any calculation, you can say the answer also. The next sum: if 3a is equal to 4b is equal to 5c, then what is the ratio of A is to B is to C? 3a is equal to 4b is equal to 5c, then A is to B is to C. Here we can't do the same method what we have earlier discussed with the denominator part. This is little different. So 3a which is equal to 4b is equal to 5c, we can assign a variable k. K is equal to 3a. So 3a is equal to k. Similarly 4b is equal to k. Similarly 5c which is also equal to k. Then what is the value of A, B, C separately? A can be written as k by 3, B is k by 4, C is k by 5. Now bringing into the ratio form, A is k by 3, B is k by 4, C is k by 5. In all the terms, k get cancelled 1, 1, 1. Now it is in the form of reciprocal ratio, that is A, B, C are 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. Now how to find the values in terms of whole numbers, because all your options are given in terms of whole numbers. So first, to convert this, you want to get rid of all these denominators. So take the LCM of all the values. What is the LCM? LCM of 3, 4, 5 being 3, 4 and 5 are co-prime with each other. You can simply multiply and get the value. 3 into 4, 12. 12 into 5, 60. So the LCM is 60 over here. The LCM is 60. Now simply take A, B, C 1 by 3 into 60, 1 by 4 into 60 and 1 by 5 into 60. This is the value for C. Here this is B. Now cancel it. Here 20, here 15 times, here 12 times. Finally 20 is to 15 is to 12, and that is the answer for this question. And also, if you want to get rid of these calculations only by looking at this, can you say the answer? Yes, that is the trick. Now let's solve the trick. Instead of the calculation, we can use a trick to solve these kinds of sums when the numerator part all are having 1, 1, 1. Simply you can solve it. For A, you want to hide the value for A. And look at the value for B and C. It is 4 and 5. Simply multiply the denominators, that is 4 into 5, and write down the value as A. A is equal to 20. For B, you want to hide the B's value and take the denominator of A and B together. 3 into 5, which is going to be 15. So simply write down B is 15. Then for C also you want to follow the same rule. Hide the value for C and take the value of A and B, 3 and 4, multiply it 12. So C is 12. So this is the trick you can follow when the numerator, all the numerators are 1. Hide the value for the particular variable and skip the variable and take the other two or three variables and get the product and write down the value over here. For B also you can hide this and take the value of A and C. For C, You can take A and B and simply write down the value. This is the answer. The ratio between two numbers is 2:3. If each number is increased by 4, the ratio between them becomes 5:7. What are the numbers? Two numbers, the ratio between them is 2:3. If each number is increased by 4, this number is increased by 4, this number is also increased by 4. Now, the ratio, new ratio between them is 5:7. Consider this is the old ratio, this is new ratio. You need to find what are the numbers. It can be solved under two ways. Method 1, equation based method. In that, this is to be considered as 2x, this is to be considered as 3x, and here this is 5x and this is 7x. So simply 2x which is add up with 4, that is plus 4, and 3x which is add up with 4 again. The final result is 5:7. So here this ratio can be written in the form of fraction, right? So 5x by 7x. Now you can solve it under the equation based method. So let's cancel it now. X get cancelled. Now cross multiply the value. 7 into 2x, 14x, plus 7 into 4 which is 28. Then 5 into 3x which is equal to 15x, plus 4 into 5 is equal to 20. Actually this is equal to 1 by 1. Simply I am cross multiplying again. I am getting 14x plus 28 which is equal to 15x plus 20. Now bringing 14 over here, 15x minus 14x, here 28 minus 20. Finally my answer is 8 here, here x. X is equal to 8. Now you can substitute it over there. And also the question is asking what are the numbers. You know that the old ratio which is equal to 2:3, the new ratio which is equal to 5:7. Which ratio want to be taken? This is the question of so many students. So here always take the old. That is by default we want to take the old value. That is to be given here. What are the numbers? So 2x and 3x. So x is equal to 8. What is 2x? 2x is equal to 16 and 3x is equal to 24. The numbers are 16 and 24 and that is my answer. The next question is the mean proportional between 234 and 104 is. So first of all we need to know that what is a mean proportional. Mean proportional of any number is said to be under root of x into y. So first you want to take the product of the given two numbers and also you want to make the square root of that. So if you find these, it will become the mean proportional of the values. Given value is 234. Say x is equal to 234, y is equal to 104. First you want to take the product of these two numbers. So 234 into 104. First you want to solve it, then you want to take the square root of that. 234 into 104, first I am taking 100. Then 234 into 4. What is 234 into 100? Which is going to be 23400. What is 234 into 4? First I want to double this, doubling 2 times. 234 468. Again double it, 800 plus 120 plus 16, 136. That is simply 936. So I can take 936 over here. So simply you want to add both the values. 6 year, 3 year, 3 year, 4 year, 2 year. So simply this is nothing, square root of 24336. The next step is to find the square root of these numbers. Finding the square root and cube root in easy way, which is discussed in the previous video. Now again I am going to explain it. First of all, look at the unit digit. Step 1. Unit digit, have a look on it, that is 6. This 6 can be a square of the number which is ending with 4 and 6 alone. That is 4 square which is equal to 16, 14 square which is equal to 196. Like that, any number ending with 4 will give you the result. While squaring, it will give you the result in terms of 6. Also, 6 square is 36, 16 square is 256. See here, 6 and 4 share the number 6. That is the trick behind. So, we can say that the number should end with 4 or 6. Okay. What about the next step? Step 2 is ignore last 2 digits. Last 2 digits we need to ignore. In case of finding a square root, you want to skip the 2 digits. In case of finding cube root, you want to skip the last 3 digits. That is the concept over here. I have ignored these 2 values. Why? Because I am going to evaluate this value, that is 243. Now, moving on to the square table and check which number is within the range. That is, you can get many values. 15 square is equal to 225, 16 square is equal to 256, like that, so many values. This number 243 is within the range over here, right? So, below number is 15 square. So, 15 want to be taken here. 15 square is there, 15 want to be taken. Now, the two numbers are 15 is the preceding number for 4. So, 154. The next number is 15 is the preceding number for 6. The number may be either 154 or 156. The next step, you want to create the dummy number. Why we are taking dummy number is in order to finalize these two values. Then the alternative two choices are 154 or 156. In the option, you can look, the options are 39, 54, 27 and none of these. From this point itself, you can conclude your answer is going to be none of these, because all are 2-digit number. Here we are getting two alternatives, that is 154 and 156, which are 3-digit number. So further no need to move. You can from this tip simply say that 156 or 154 is going to be your answer. Simply you can mark D. Or else, if you want the actual answer, you need to move on to the next step, that is creating dummy number. Dummy number is nothing. Which number is common here? 15 is common here. Take the 15 into next number. Next number to 15 is what? 16 actually. 15 into 16. Finally, what is the result? 225 plus 15, 240. Create a dummy number. Dummy number is 240. The last step, which is comparison. Only this step will give you the correct value of this, which is going to be the answer. So, comparison means given number versus the dummy number. When the given number is greater than the dummy number, your answer will become the greater number. Or else, if the given number is the lesser than the dummy number, your answer will become the lesser value. What is the given number here? What we have considered after ignoring of 2 digits, that is the given number, which is given in the question, right? So, 243 is the given number and the dummy number is 240. Our number is greater, right? So, first condition satisfied. Greater, that is given number is greater than denominator. My answer is 156. That is not given in the option. Answer 156 for this question. Option D. If x is to y is 3 is to 4 and y is to z is 8 is to 9, find x is to z. Here this is a kind of 3 variable sum. Given is x is to y, 3 is to 4 and y is to z, which is 8 is to 9. You need to find now x is to z. Before connecting x and z, first you want to find the connector. Whether connector is presented in the sum? Yes, y is the connector over here. Then same value, checking for the same value for y. Here it is 4 and here it is 8. So we need to make the value same first. For that we want to take the LCM, or you can use the substitution method also. Let's learn one by one. Here for finding x is to z, first we want to find what is x is to y is to z. For that, take x is 3 and y is having two different values. In one case, y is 4 and another case, y is 8. To make this, you want to find the LCM. LCM of 4 and 8. LCM of 4 and 8 is 8. Because 4 is completely divisible in 8, so the LCM will be 8. So, here y is 8. Here only you want to make y is equal to 8. For that you want to multiply with 2. So, as soon as you multiply all the terms with 2, 3 will become 6, 4 will become 8. Now, this is the corrected ratio. X is to y is 6 is to 8, y is to z is 8 is to 9. Now, simply you can get x, y, z. X is 6, y is 8 in both the cases, z is equal to 9. In the question, they are given only to find x is to z. So, we can simply say that y is to be skipped and x is to z is 6 is to 9. Further, I can cancel with 3. 2 times here, 3 times. Finally, my answer is 2 is to 3. The next question, what's the inverse ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 1? Inverse ratio already we are reviewed in the first video of ratio and proportion. Again, I am going to explain. Inverse ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 1. Inverse means simply reciprocal. 1 by 3, then 1 by 2, then 1 by 1. Now, again, you will have to cancel these values, that is denominators ought to be cancelled because the fractions are always whole numbers. So, here 3, 2, 1 which is given. Simply what is the trick we have learnt in the previous video is you want to hide this first value and multiply the denominators of the other two values 2 into 1 which is going to be 2. And for the second value simply hide the second value and take first and last value, multiply it. 3 into 1 is 3. That's all. For the last one, hide the last one and take the first two values and take their product 3 and 2. Finally, 3 into 2 is 6. So, the answer for this question is 2 is to 3 is to 6. The next question, the compound ratio of 2 is to 3, 6 is to 11 and 11 is to 2. Compound, the word denotes product. Simply you want to take the product of antecedent and consequent. So, your first ratio is 2 is to 3, second ratio is 6 is to 11, third ratio is 11 is to 2. You can multiply these values and these values separately. 2 into 6 into 11, 2 into 6 which is 12, 12 into 11, 132. 3 into 11, 33, 33 into 2, 66. Now cancelling here, 1 times 66 is here, 2 times 66, that is 2 is to 1 ratio. The another way of doing this is, ratio can be written in the form of fraction, right? So 2 by 3 into 6 by 11 into 11 by 2. Now it is easy to cancel, 11 got cancelled, 2 got cancelled. Here this is what? 2 times of 3, 1. 2 by 1 can be written as 2 is to 1, the same answer. The next question, if 40% of a number is equal to 2/3 of another number, what is the ratio of first number to the second number? Here 40%, first number can be taken as x, that is 40% of x. The second number can be taken as y, 2 by 3 of y. Both are equal, it is clearly said. Now you want to find the ratio of x is to y. 40% can be taken as 40 by 100. For this of into x is equal to 2 by 3 into y. Now we can cancel, 0 got cancelled. Here 2 times 2 and 5 times 2. This 2 and this 2 cancel. Finally, in the left side, 1 by 5x is equal to 1 by 3y. That is simply x by 5 is y by 3. Now, x by y is equal to 5 by 3. So, the ratio form says 5 is to 3 and that is the answer. The next sum. When the ratio 2:3 is compounded with itself, the resulting ratio is, this is a very easiest question, 2:3 compounded itself means what? 2 want to be multiplied with 2 itself, 3 want to be multiplied with 3 itself. Finally, my answer is 4:9. This can be given in various forms in the option. Once they can give 4:9 or else they can give like this. Both are the same form. You can just find this only by using the keyword. What is the compounded? Compounded means what? Product. That's all. The next question. There are 240 doctors and nurses at the hospital. If the ratio of doctors and nurses is 5:7, then the nurses at hospital is. Total number of doctors and nurses together is 240. This is total numbers. In that, they are saying 5:7, which is the ratio of doctors to nurses. This is doctors, this is nurses. So simply we can take 5x. This is the total number of doctors plus 7x. That is the total number of nurses consisting 240. Simply add up. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12x is equal to 240. Then x is equal to 1 time here 2 times 0. X is 20. Now find the number of doctors or nurses. This will become very easy. So the question is being asked, nurses at the hospital, 7x, x is equal to 20, 7 into 20, which is going to be 140. My final answer is 140, option B. The next question, if 10% of x is 30% of y, then x is to y is what? 10% of x is equal to 30% of y. Simply 10 by 100 for of I am making multiplication, here 30 by 100 into y. So here 100 directly cancel, 0 0 here cancel. Now you will be getting 1x, that is x, which is equal to 3 times of y. So usually you will be taking x here, bringing that y over here, then it will go to the denominator. You will keep remaining the 3 over here, 1 you will keep remaining in the denominator for this. Then you will be saying x is to y is 3:1. But from this step itself, you can ignore this and simply say the answer by using this logic. That is, the opposite side coefficient value will become the ratio of this side, and the opposite side for y is what? 1. 1 will become the ratio for y. If you use this rule, you can simply eliminate the further steps. So here from this step alone, x is 3 and y is 1. This is the ratio. Simply my answer is 3:1. Find the fourth proportional to 5, 8, 15. Fourth proportional is nothing but 5:8, which is equal to 15:x, because this is the missing term over here. For this, we can say that 5:8, 15:x, which is the extremes. The first and last are the extremes. The middle part, which is equal to, means always the product of extreme is equal to product of mean. So 5x can be equal to 8 into 15. Now you can cancel 1 time 5 here, 3 time. X is equal to 24. Simply my answer is 24. That is option A. The next question, the third proportional to 0.36 and 0.48 is. Generally we will be having x, y, z, a, like that 4 different variables over here. But in a 3 proportional item, there will be the pattern like this. X is to y, which is equal to, y will be repeating in the middle term, that is means. Means is equal to y square. In such a way it will be presented. So in such a case, how to handle the sum is very easy. This is just one of a kind. Here 0.36 and 0.48 is given. So simply write down 0.36 is x and 0.48 is y. Again this 0.48 is given. The third proportional means you want to find the x, or you can simply take this is A. Find A now. A is equal to what? A and 0.36 are extremes and the middle part is known as means. So simply it can be rewritten as 0.36 into A, which is equal to 0.48 into 0.48. Then A is 0.48 into 0.48, the whole divided by 0.36. Simply you can cut decimal and 0 first. Here 3 times 12 is presented. Here 4 times 12 is presented. Again this 3 can be cut, that is 16 times 0.16. Finally my answer is 4 into 0.16, that is 0.64. The answer for this question is 0.64. As of now, we have solved so many basic problems in the topic ratio and proportion. Now it's your turn to answer. Now your questions to be answered in the comment section as follows. Give me your answer in the comment section below. Your questions are: there are 3 numbers x, y, z such that twice x is equal to thrice y and 4 times y is equal to 5 times z. The ratio between x and z is, your options: A 3:4, B 8:15, C 15:8 and D 4:3. The next question, ratio of the money with Ram and Mohan is 7:15 and that with Mohan and Naveen is 7:16. If Ram has rupees 490, how much money does Naveen have? A 4,200, B 2,400, C 2,500 and D 3,600. The answers for the comment section question which is given in the link. You can see the link in our description box. Please click the link and check the answers. The next part of ratio and proportion is going to deal with some level 2 questions on ratio and proportion. Subscribe our channel for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.